Hello everybody, come on into my kitchen. We are about to embark on a pound cake. I've been wanting one of these for a while, so I'm going to make one today. Let me see if I can get this camera fixed here. All right, we're ready to go. We are going to first 2 sticks of butter, and I got it over here already in my mixer. 2 sticks of butter. If you're just jumping on, we got 2 sticks of butter already in the mixer. Let me see if I can. All right, I see the comments coming up now. All right, y'all, we're going to do the pound cake. It's in my cookbook. The oven is preheated just now to 325. I turned it on early. All right, we got 2 sticks of butter already in here. They're a little bit at room temperature, but not quite. They'll be all right, though. We're going to cream them with the sugar. We need 3 cups of sugar. So that's 2 sticks of butter and 3 cups of sugar. So we're just going to pour. That's all the sugar I got, y'all. It's somewhere between 2.5 and 3 cups, but that's all I got. So it's going to have to be enough. All right, we're going to cream these 2 things together, so let's get that going. Whoa, 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 whoa. I don't think that butter was soft, y'all. It started flipping up out of here. All right, we got a little bit of slow motion now. That butter was not in room temperature, so it started like jumping up. So we'll let that go for a while to start creaming that together. And then we're going to add the eggs one at a time. It's going to take 5 eggs. Alright, so I'm going to use some of my, I don't know why this thing jumps like that. I think it's not adjusted right. I'm going to have to look at that thing someday. That mixer's crazy, y'all. I think it needs adjusted. But I don't know where that adjustment tool is. Maybe it's that little thing right there. Well, I don't think I have a little screwdriver in here. No, I don't have a little screwdriver. Whoa, that went the wrong way. Let me see if I got a little screwdriver before that thing keeps jumping around. Where's my little tiny screwdriver? Well, I don't have one in here. Hang on just a minute, y'all. I'm coming. I got me a little screwdriver now, y'all. I'm going to see if I turn this thing. Nope, that thing don't turn. I don't know what on this thing makes it jump like that, but my butter was not soft. So anyhow, it's just going to have to jump around like that. I do need a new mixer. I'm going to try to get the one from Pampered Chef eventually. But I don't know what goes on with this thing. I don't see any more screws on here. That would cause that thing to jump up and down like that. It looks like this little screw right here. That thing don't move. Maybe it's this thing. Nope, that thing don't move. Alright, well, the problem was my the side is locked down but it just doesn't lock that tight. All right, the butter was not that soft, y'all, so the butter's hard and it's going brr, 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 brr. It was locked down, but anyhow, I need to take this whole thing apart and see what this thing's got going on. It looks like all the screws are tight. Oh, there's a screw that's not tight. I wonder what that screw goes to. That thing's halfway out. Well, I ain't gonna mess with that now, y'all. We got a cake to bake. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and put some eggs in here. Even though this is creamed up, it's kind of, I need to microwave this butter a little bit, y'all. This butter, I think that butter is just way too hard. It didn't cream it together. Maybe I'll stick it in here for a minute. Maybe I'll stick it in the oven. That'll get it hot. All right, let's put some eggs in this thing. Now, this recipe calls for 5 eggs, and you're supposed to add them one at a time. All right, so I have some guinea eggs, and they are tiny, so for every egg it calls for, if you're going to use a guinea egg, you got to put 2 guinea eggs in. And they are really hard to crack, but I'm going to crack them. They look exactly like a regular egg, but they're just tiny. So you got to hit them really hard on the thing, because they are hard shells. Let me see if I can show you what it looks like on the inside here. This is a guinea egg, y'all. See, it looks the same. It's just a tiny egg, though. So that's going to be 2 eggs. I mean 1 egg, because they're small. So we're gonna put these in one at a time here. Now I'm gonna lock this down. I just locked it down. I think this lockdown don't work all the way. I think that's what it is. So we'll get that egg mixing. So that's equivalent of 1, even though it was two guinea eggs to 1. All right, I'm gonna put 2 more guinea eggs in. Like I said, these things are so hard to crack. That's 3 guinea eggs. This is going to be 4 guinea eggs. This is going to be a yellow pound cake, because these eggs are some kind of rich. They're almost orange. They're so rich, because I let the chickens free range. So that's 5 guinea eggs. Six guinea eggs. I'm getting rid of all these guinea eggs. 7 guinea eggs. Alright, that's 7 guinea eggs. So that would be 1, 2, 3.5 eggs. Say 4 eggs. So I'll put 1 more. I'll put 1 more regular egg in. And that should be about equivalent of 5 eggs. Alright, now it's mixing up nice. So we're going to do the eggs, and then we're going to add the vanilla. Vanilla is 2 teaspoons of vanilla. I'm going to go ahead and put that in there. Two teaspoons of vanilla. Oh, I just dropped vanilla on my cookbook, y'all. Y'all ever do that? This is the one I keep in the kitchen, so it gets messed up all the time. All right, let's write our vanilla in. Next is the flour, salt, and baking soda. Flour, salt, and baking soda. So let's turn this off. I'm going to pop this up so you can see it there. We're going to put the stuff right in here. We got 1 teaspoon of salt coming up. 1 teaspoon of salt. So we'll put that in. Sprinkle it all around there. We got a 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. We got 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. Put that in there. Now we're going to put 3 cups of all-purpose flour. This is a real easy recipe. See where my flour thing went. So 3 cups of flour is going in, and I'm going to spin it around after I put each cup in. Alright, so we're going to mix this up. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That's what I hate about this mixer, y'all. When you put flour in, it flies everywhere. The new Pampered Chef one doesn't do that. It starts on slow and gradually adds your stuff in. This one just starts on wide open. Alright, let's see if I can put a little bit more in here. I wish this had a slow, but it doesn't. It throws it all over the counter. I will have a mess to clean up when I get done baking. I'll probably have this whole kitchen towed up. But I have been wanting a pound cake. So, that's what we're having today. I'm going to put in 3 cups of this flour. Let's see, we're going to add the flour, salt, baking soda, and then very last we're going to put some milk in. Whoa, 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 that stuff is... That flour is everywhere, y'all. Alright, that's the flour. Let me get a cup of milk, and that will be all the ingredients we need. We are going to add 1 cup of milk. I love these measuring cups because the measuring thing's on the side of it and it's easy to read. You ain't got to bend over and get down there. I wonder who's that in my driveway. Somebody's turning around. Hang on a minute, y'all. Let me see who's out here. Well, I don't know who it was. Must be somebody lost. It was somebody turning around. All right, y'all. 1 cup of milk is going in. Whoa. I gotta get that Pampered Chef mixer that has that low speed. This thing just wide open. Alright, we're going to slowly add this. Try not to slop it too much. Lord, it's slopping all over the place, y'all. Alright, that's 1 cup of milk, and that's all that goes in there. Well, you can tell I ain't been in the kitchen in a while. I done slopped that all over my cookbook. Lordy mercy. Alright, now what I like to cook mine in is these stones. I got 2 of them. They're from Pampered Chef, stoneware. I've had them a long, long time. They're pretty well seasoned. But I like to spray mine with some Baker's Joy. This has got the oil and the flour all in one salute, you know. So I'm just going to spray that with that flour, because I don't want my cakes to stick. Alright, turn this thing off. Let that drain a little bit. Let me get a rubber scraper. And we'll be ready to slap these puppies in the oven, okay? Let me see. Let me put the, well, I was trying to change that thing. I'm going to pin the Pampered Chef, because so many of y'all asked me for that link. So if you want anything from Pampered Chef, you can click on this link. Well, if I can get the link up here. Let me see if I can get the link up here, y'all. Alright, I'm going to pin that right at the bottom. That way, if you're watching this video and you think of anything from Pampered Chef, you want to check it out, go to that link. Alright, I'm going to take this paddle off here. See it, I'm going to take this paddle off. Get all that goodness out of here. Alright, and then we're just going to divide this up. We're going to divide this between these 2 pans just as evenly as you can. I'm going to put about that much in that one and bring it over here. Put some in this one. Put a little bit more in this one. Yeah, you can measure this if you want, but I'm just guessing about how much is in each one. And you got to bake these for about 1 hour and 10 minutes. It's a long time baking. So what we're going to do, I will get off of here and then I will come back on when they get done, y'all. So I'm just spreading them out here a little bit. Spread this out here. Let me... We're going to put them both in the oven. Well, I'm going to put them on my bottom rack. I don't know how. I'm not sure how much they'll rise, so I'm going to pull this. I'm going to pull this one rack out of here. Out of my oven. and just set it on top of my stove for now. And I'm going to set the timer for 1 hour so I can check it beforehand, okay? Now, I got this whole place tore up, y'all. Oh, but we're going to let that cook. But in the meantime, if y'all want to see the baby chicks for a minute, I'm going to run you in there and let you see the baby chickens. And then in about an hour and a half, or whenever these come out of the oven, I will come back live and show you the part 2 of the finished product, because I can't stay on here and talk for a whole hour. So let me go out here and let's see what the baby chicks are doing. Let me turn this around. Y'all know Tony came in here yesterday, got 13 baby chicks. So I'm going to be showing them. They're out and about, and look, they done knocked most of their food out of the thing. But these are baby guineas. We got 2 over here sleeping in the corner. And of all right. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check out my there's the chickens, y'all. I'll have to show you them more later. I'm gonna look at that KitchenAid. I don't know why my flour flies out, but it came with a guard, and I put that guard on it one day, and that flour still went flying out. It doesn't go slow when you start it. It goes, it flies. So and it doesn't lock down tight. So I think it just needs some adjustments. But I haven't really. I've had it a long time. Probably 20 years I've had that thing. I don't know. And I've used it a lot. So, all right. Yes, I'm doing the pound cake. I just put it in the oven. And it's got to bake for at least 1 hour and 10 minutes. So I'm going to come back on probably in about 1 hour or so. I'll give them time to bake and come out of the oven and all that. And then I'll come back on sometime. Now somebody says because of the beater. That is an aftermarket beater. Yeah, no, I do not have the new Pampered Chef mixer, but it's on my radar. I want to get it because it's got like slow, that it starts out slow when you first add your stuff so it don't fly around, fly the stuff all out. Nope, I put the baking soda in. All right, here's what it was. The ingredients was 2 sticks of butter and 3 cups of sugar. And we mix that up, and then we add in, we mix those two together, cream those two together. And then we put in 5 eggs. All right? So that's 2 sticks of butter, 3 cups of sugar, and 5 eggs. And then we put in 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. All right? Then we put in 3 cups of flour, a half a teaspoon of baking soda, a teaspoon of salt, and a cup of milk. And it is in the cookbook. So, it is in the cookbook, but my low speed is not that slow. I had it on the slowest speed, but it goes so fast that it flies the stuff all around. I'm going to have to check it out, y'all. That might give me a project for this afternoon while this cake is baking. I'm going to clean that kitchen back up, and maybe I'll look at that mixer to see if there's any kind of adjustments on there. All right, so y'all hang tight. I'll be back in an hour or so. And sometimes I spray my stones, and it's never hurt them before, so oh, Lord. Jerry Hill saying, trust me, Jerry. He told me they had baby turkeys out there yesterday. Somebody wants to know, would I ship the cookbook to Canada if you pay for shipping? Shipping is about $20. So that is expensive shipping to Canada. But if you want it, I can send it. $20 for the cookbook and $20 for shipping. They used to let me try to ship it a little bit less, but they won't let me do that anymore. So it's about $20 to ship to Canada for the cookbook. Oh, this thing does not have... I don't know. I'm going to have to look and see, y'all. But I know anytime I put flour in, it flies around and flour flies everywhere. And I even put the shield that come with it on, and it still flew everywhere because that shield was not that great. All right. I'll be back after I get this cleaned up. I'm going to clean all that mess up in there, and I'm going to look at that mixer, and then we'll come back, and I'll talk to y'all. Hopefully that thing will get done. I can have me a slice for dinner. Tony's going to have, I'm going to be making him some kind of shrimp I bought him after a while. Maybe some broccoli and shrimp or something. But I'll let y'all see the babies. I can ship the cookbook anywhere, but you'll have to ask your post office how much to ship a book that weighs 1 pound. So I know it's expensive to ship anywhere outside of the U.S. That's all I know. All right, y'all. We will talk to y'all in just a little bit.